Zard cooks grass decks. Also, fair point. Zard beats most grass decks. You probably wouldn't beat Mega Venusaur, though. Also, I'm not sure how everyone missed this, but the game plan for Turbo Energize Guardy versus Poltnor is just Turbo Energize to Fez turn 1 and Cruel Arrow them. What is that? Do you think you're favored, though, in that situation, though, Abon? I feel like you're probably still unfavored, right? Or am I, you think I'm incorrect? I guess it depends if they play Candies, probably, right? All right, Piper's going first here. Attach pass. Alexis opened. Oh, is playing the Turbo Energized Absol deck, but I think the hand here for Alexis is just dead. Dude, that's so unfortunate. The hand is just dead. Bench Absol pass over to Piper again. Second Dark Energy to Zorua, and then into the Iono. So this will save Alexis here. I'm actually not sure how this matchup plays out. The hand locking potential for Alexis is really low, obviously, because Piper plays Zoroark, which has trade. Double Zorua. Ooh, that draw actually from Piper is not that good. Piper found all the basic Pokemon, but you don't need this many basic Pokemon. It is the Darmanitan build. Oh, it does play the Cleffa, though, so the hand will be freed up here soon. Looks like a 2-1 build, or 2-1 line of Darumaka. Plays the Psyduck as well. Not going to be relevant in this matchup. Curious to see if Piper puts the Artisan in play to draw an extra card. It seems like it'd be fine to. You did just give Alexis a whole new hand to work with. I guess you don't know if Alexis is playing... You don't know if Alexis is playing... what is it? Trolley or not Trolley? I'm just trying to think about, like, what are you giving? You're just giving over, like, Monkey Dory, though. If Piper puts Artisan in play here, it just gives Alexis access to Monkey Dory, which is something that Alexis would want to set up for the potential of Terminal Period. All right, goes for the draw with Cleffa. Doesn't give over the Artisan. 4 fresh cards. Top deck, therefore, Alexis is an energy. Immediately goes into the Nest Ball. I assume that means it's not a trolley build. And, oh, I forgot about Cornerstone. What is Piper's answer to Cornerstone? Wait, what is generally the answer for Cornerstone in Zoroark? We have Okidogi in hand. Oh, Okidogi. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, it is a trolley build. Interesting. Had Arven for trolley, but I guess we're not going wide here, right? Well, we want to go, like, somewhat wide, right? Maybe not, though. Maybe Alexis is just going to, like, chill. Wait, did they show the prize cards, or am I trolling? I feel like I didn't see prize cards get shown. Oh, no, they did. Hold on, let's take a look. I think there's a Cornerstone prized. Oh. There is a Cornerstone prize. That's a pretty big deal. Can't have back-to-back Cornerstones. So can't, like, aggressively get through. So Alexis, like, could theoretically just, like, turbo energize 2 turns in a row here, set up 2 Cornerstones, and then go, like, punch Okidogi, punch Okidogi. Although at that point, the Piper maybe would have found... yeah, Piper might have been able to actually find, like, just boss KO Cornerstone off the bench. Wait, now we're going for the trolley? All right. So the play was just trolling. I was like, I feel like we're just going to Arven for trolley here. The Nest Ball is curious from Alexis there. Yeah, definitely a misstep because Nest Balls are so high value in the deck, right? And Alexis is going super wide here, so this gives Piper the ability to not have to use Okidogi that aggressively. Like, there's literally 6 prize cards on the board here that Piper can go after. And is playing Zoroark, so that means Piper is probably playing, like, 2 Boss, 2 Counter Catcher, and a Pal Pad. So Piper could maybe just literally ignore Cornerstone here. So I don't like this. Oh, we're not Turbo Energizing here? Oh, no, we are. We're going to retreat into the Absol, right? And Turbo Energize? Okay, sure. I was a little bit confused at first, but, you know, we're still Turbo Energizing here. Yeah, I don't love, like, especially, like, pushing the Absol here as well. Like, Piper can literally ignore the Cornerstone and win the game now. I mean, it's possible Alexis would draw a penny at some point to, like, stop that, but it's also possible he doesn't. All right, over to Piper. Zoroark number 1 coming in. Here comes the trade. I feel like Alexis could have attached to Yveltal and just not grabbed Pecharunt there, right? And then the Cornerstone has to be gone through as Piper here. Aggressively discards Counter Catcher there, second Zoroark, and then into the Hilda, third Zoroark. And then someone in chat said the Okidogi was in the hand, so I assume we'll see Piper set up Okidogi here and have the immediate potential response to the Cornerstone set up. And Alexis's hand, I don't think is great. Lack of options, lack of draw power. Just as a boss, actually. But the Okie Dokie is going to be in the active, so... Is Absol not poisoned? No, the Yveltal retreated, I believe, into the... All right, trade number 3 going down. Giving up the Yveltal. And then Dogi's into play. Now that Alexis has seen the Okie Dokie, should Alexis have assumed the Okie Dokie existed, though, and assumed that this play was happening anyways? And because of the possibility of this play... Well, I guess Alexis could actually just go... Well, Alexis's hand is dead. Oh, I was going to say, dude, this E-Switch top deck? I was going to say Alexis could actually just attack with Absol this turn and punch the Okie Dokie, which that actually seems pretty good for the situation. But Alexis's hand was dead until the top deck. So now I think we just punch the active. The discard is not going to be super effective, probably. I mean, there's a secret box in the hand there for Piper, so we're probably getting rid of the secret box. And this does make things, I feel like, a little bit awkward for Piper. Dude, what an insane top deck. But Piper actually has Turo in hand. Do you just Turo the Okie Dokie and punch with the Zoroark? I feel like that's probably the play, right? Just reset the Okie Dokie. We can go get more energy for it later. So yeah, Piper's not in a bad spot, but out of plays that Alexis could do on the last turn, I'm pretty sure that was the best one. Mochi KO Absol. Oh, is that enough damage? How much damage does the Okie Dokie do again? It's 260 when poisoned, right? Or 260 when poisoned, right? Okay, that is enough. Yeah, okay. The KO, actually, that seems good. Gets the Clef out of play, cleans up the bench. Goes for the KO. Actually, wouldn't a Monkey Dory have also gotten the KO there? 1, 2, 3. Wait, shouldn't the Okie Dokie be dead? Am I trolling? 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, the Okie Dokie should be KO'd, right? How much HP does this thing have? 250? Oh, it's got 2. I do. What the heck? Never mind. Jeremy's 290. Mochi's 300. Oh, true. I thought it was 230, bro. I didn't know he was tanky like that. Alexis can KO with Clutch, but Clutch is pretty weak here. You fat as hell. How many E-Switches Absol playing? 1 to 2. My guess would be 2. I also see an Enhanced Hammer there from Alexis. I mean, it looks like going for the Clutch KO, but then you're one turn away from... You're a turn further away from it, setting up your Cornerstone. But if you don't KO the Okie Dokie this turn, the Okie Dokie is not staying in the active. I don't think Piper minds this knockout happening. Piper's in like a commanding... In like a commanding lead here at this point. 2 prize Pokemon on the bench. Has already drawn 3 prize cards. Is going to KO the Yveltal this turn with Reshiram. Things are looking pretty good here. Just needs, has the Dark Energy. I believe has Artisan in hand. Has the Reshiram in hand. There's a KO. And then next turn, you just look for... I mean, you just deal with the active, but Alexis isn't taking a knockout next turn. Like, you'll eventually be able to gust 2 Monkey Dories or Ursaluna KO. Something else off the bench. Looking to be a pretty... potentially a pretty easy dub from here for Piper. The Psyduck is definitely interesting. All right, there we go. Zoroark knockout. Ends PP up to the bench Zoroark. Oh yeah, this game's looking pretty cooked. Actually, I don't know if I saw an Ursaluna there from Piper. I assume plays it, but maybe doesn't. Second Ogre pawn has hit the field here from Alexis. There's the Iono. But it all just feels like too little, too late. There's so many options here for Piper to win the game. Like I said, boss double Monkey Dory. Of course, pennies are still an out here for Alexis. But there's so many things to pick up off the board. Another thing for Alexis as well is if you ever punch a Zoroark, triple Arvin found there off the Iono. And there's the pass. Here come the trades. Is playing a Darmanitan line. I don't know how thick of a Darmanitan line it is. It's at least a 1-1. I think it might be a 2-1 with 1 reversal or something like that. Here comes a Super Odd. Getting back the Okie Dokie into Dark Energy. So we could just see that from Piper this turn as well. Just retreat and then set up the Okie Dokie. It actually plays it. Most of the Watchtower lists just use Petch E-Switch for spots you need Blood Moon. Oh, yeah, probably doesn't play it, right? Yeah, I forgot about that combo. Good point. So no attack there from Piper, but once again, still in a commanding spot. Looking pretty good. Should still be a dub eventually here. Yeah, I forgot about Petch E-Switch. Turbo Energize search out here off the Arven from Alexis. And then might even want more energy than that, to be honest, as long as there's enough in the deck. Still needs to grab an, like, if you like, you're gonna get 2 energy here. Actually, where is this energy going? To the bench cornerstone. Put some energy in the active. We want to be able to attack with the active cornerstone. Goes for a vessel. How does Alexis win this? There's no good way. You have to like penny Fez and Petch out of play. Yeah, as Alexis here, you basically have to penny Petch and Fez out of play before you draw too many prize cards. Before you punch a Zoroark. Oh, we're loading up Petch Monkey Dory? Oh, Petch is getting loaded up here. But Petch doesn't even KO a Zoroark here. This is what, 240? Yeah, I don't know about this. Because nothing is forcing Piper to actually take a KO Monkey Dory this turn. Piper could probably literally pass and be fine. Couldn't he counter gain Vessel and attack this turn? Yeah, but if he does that, Piper literally just wins with a boss. You can't let Piper just win with a boss. Our Piper just goes boss on Alexis's Petch and is just going to punch it. There we go, 170. Now over to Alexis. Think about a Night Stretcher. I mean, if you have a penny this turn from Alexis, pennying it up out of play would be fine. I don't know if we have a penny here, though. Goes for the Night Stretcher. Just recovers the Dark Energy. Puts energy on the Monkey Dory. Can start to move damage over off the Petch, but the Petch has to be retreated here, right? Because you're not KOing the Zoroark. Or you have to... No, you have to retreat this thing. I don't know what the retreat cost is. All right, apparently it's just 1. You do have a Monkey Dory here. I don't think Piper has a boss in hand right now, but does have a Pal Pad and definitely plays 2 boss, so... Alright, 30 damage moved over and pass. Pal Pad's coming in. Recovering the boss that was used last turn. He also gets the Turo. So yeah, we just need boss for game here, and it's over. And even if Piper doesn't find boss for game this turn, Piper's still in like a fine spot. Like, Piper has so much time here. Moving damage over here is so bad. That's true. I guess this gives Piper access to move the damage over with Monkey Dory. But wherever Piper moves it, you just move it back over, right? Last trade coming in. Was thinking about giving up the Watchtower. Gives up ends PP up instead. I guess it's trying to keep the Watchtower to stop Ursaluna later on in the game, I guess. But she should hold if she doesn't win this turn. True, that's fair. I guess, yeah, there's nothing... There's Turo. Turo, reversal energy, and pass. Does just leave the damage. Oh, I mean, doesn't attach to Monkey Dory. I guess, yeah, that's right. She can just leave the damage on the Okie Dokie here. Doesn't need to actually interact with it. Over to Alexis once again. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess Alexis could have just waited to draw a penny to pick up the Petch, right? We don't have to move damage over. Alexis still needs to, like, penny Fez and the Petron out of play at some point, though. Alexis has to do, like, or Alexis just needs to start getting aggressive, but... I mean, the Okie Dokie's on the bench right here, so there's just like, yeah, there's literally... Alexis, honestly, the correct answer is Alexis should have actually just conceded. Yeah, Alexis actually should have conceded a little while ago. Maybe even last turn, right? The question is actually just... Alexis at this point definitely should have conceded. The question is, how long ago should Alexis have conceded? And the answer is maybe like a little while ago, to be honest. Everything stems from him not grabbing Kang turn 1, so he can't progress through his deck to do any of his long-term plays. Well, he couldn't. Turn 1, he literally had a dead hand. The turn after that, though, when he could have trolleyed into more options. That is fair. Why not Alexis retreat lock, retro him, and wait for deck out? Well, now with 2 Turo gone from Piper, maybe there is a possibility for that, to be honest. But there's... Actually, that is like a possibility now, I guess. Enhanced Hammer was searched out here, though. The thing is, I think Piper's like almost guaranteed boss next turn, so this doesn't actually like do anything. And Alexis knows Piper has a boss remaining because Piper shuffled one back into the deck last turn. He's using Monkey Dory again here to move 30 over. Piper put Turo back with Palpad. She just traded it last turn. She did that that last turn, but she also traded it last turn. Okay, yeah, Piper should almost be guaranteed game here, especially if there's 2 boss in the deck. If both boss are in the deck, it might be impossible to whiff. Oh wait, this works too. E-switch, attach, nest ball for Petch, and knockout. Oh, it looks like there was another Turo in the deck as well, actually. Looks like Piper does play both 2 Turo, so I saw a second Turo in the deck. So yeah, the Yveltal play was never going to work either. Well, actually, no, I guess the Yveltal could have worked, like back-to-back Yveltals maybe could have worked. Well, but you eventually, if Piper just has like an Iono or 2, then you eventually KO the, what's it called? Oh yeah, there's also Petch. Petch prevents Yveltal. Yeah, it's not even a real play either. There's just no real play. Only fake plays. Pretty easy dub there for Piper in game 1. There was like no... I mean, yeah, after this Absol went down, like that felt like the best play there for Alexis. I don't know, was it? I guess, yeah, that is the best play from Alexis, right? Because if Piper doesn't have Mochi there, then Alexis has like a real potential to like stabilize and get ahead and maybe like snowball that, right? Like Piper needed Mochi there. If Piper does not have Mochi, or I guess like double Monkey Dory E-switch or something, I guess that could also work, but... Very doable, very possible. Will she not lose against every Teal Mask deck? I don't know. Is Zoroark favored against any Teal Mask deck? I think Zoroark might be unfavored against every Teal Mask deck. I mean, it doesn't really matter, though. I think she maybe is unfavored against every Teal Mask deck. Will she lose against them? I mean, we'll have to wait and see if she plays against any. But I'm pretty sure Zoroark's just unfavored against every Teal Mask deck, right? Unfavored against Mega Venusaur. Unfavored against Raging Bolt. Unfavored against Terrabox? Yes. Okidogi isn't Grass Week, isn't it? Doesn't make like a difference for the matchups, though, I don't think. Farms Terrabox? Are the Watchtowers enough? I guess it depends on how many Watchtower Piper's playing, right? Prize cards here. 2 Nitrochers prized. On the other side, nothing crazy on either side, to be honest, it feels like. Yveltal start here, doubles Zorua from Piper and pass. Alexis here does have the full turn 1, but now I'm curious to see how Alexis plays this. Are we just going to go in to setting up Cornerstones and get aggressive with Cornerstones? Or... Also, does Alexis even play 2 Fighting Energy? I feel like double fighting is such a big deal. It looks like no. And Okidogi 1-hit KOs through the Braver Charm as well, right? It doesn't 1-hit KO through Braver Charm plus Lively, but Piper definitely has the stadium advantage with a... Oh, second Cornerstone's prize as well, dude. I don't even... Sheesh. All right, second Cornerstone's prize, so we can't even Turbo Energize to a bench Cornerstone, but maybe we won't even see Alexis go that route. The question for Alexis is, what do you do then? Do you just go into Absol? There's the trolley. This will give us some information on what Alexis plans to do here. Did not set up Kangaskhan last game, and we definitely saw a lack of draw power from Alexis in that last game. Nothing is stopping Alexis from setting up Kangaskhan this game, though. We could even see, like, Latias, Kangaskhan get grabbed here. Yeah, I feel like you gotta kind of grab Kangaskhan. Well, I guess, I don't know, it's weird. It depends what you're going to be attacking into. Or how you're going to be attacking. It looks like Alexis is debating grabbing the Yveltal. Okay, there's a Kangaskhan grab. But if we're grabbing Kangaskhan, we kind of need Latias, right? I guess you could promote the Yveltal and then retreat into it. Sure. So you don't need Latias, actually. I take it back. Well, you could go like Latias, Absol or something. Maybe you just set up Kangaskhan and hope to get lucky. Like you just hope to hit heads and want to KO stuff. We don't need Latias. We get Petch Yveltal as our mobility if we get Kanga. But we just won't be able to promote Kanga. We won't be able to like get into Kangaskhan over and over and over again, right? Well, we could have gone to Kangaskhan here. But it looks like Alexis is going to set up Kangaskhan here. Okay, so the Kangaskhan is going to be the setup here then. Okay, sure. But like, I don't think Piper's too scared of this, right? Piper just punches the Kangaskhan. Well, you have to deal with the Cornerstone as well, though. Like, the Cornerstone is still in the active here. And Piper was about to attach a Dark Energy for turn, but like, I think maybe was thinking about, wait, I could wait to try and get Okie Dokie plus Dark Energy. Attaches the Zoroark. There's the Iono. Probably not going to be, well, definitely not going to be attacking into the Cornerstone this turn, that's for sure. Found a Zoroark and a Zorua off the Iono already. So that's already like a pretty good Iono. Double trade already established is pretty nice. And also isn't under that much pressure here from Alexis. Alexis is going to what? Like retreat to Kangaskhan and attack next turn? That's not that big of a deal. The energy's already in hand here for Alexis. Has Lily, has Arvins, has Boss. I mean, if I'm Alexis here, I'm maybe bossing up the Zoroark with no energy and punching it, to be honest. If we whiff, we don't get one hit KO'd back. Kangaskhan to the active. We don't, I mean, there's a chance we get one hit KO'd back. It's way less likely, though. It's almost impossible. It's not impossible. It's tough. It's hard. Draw two. Yeah, I would just boss the Zoroark that has no energy. Or if we're really feeling frisky, we could boss up the Zoroark with the energy. I mean, sure, why not? The matchup seems pretty tough. Uh-oh. Are we asking for a reroll on a roll? Uh-oh. Oh, it was a non-translucent die. Interesting. Okay. All right, this game's over. This is why I kind of would have liked to have seen the Zoroark that was on the bench. All right. Piper does still need an energy and a Reshiram, though. Hold up. It's not over yet. Gave up the Hilda. So I assume that means there's an energy in the hand at the very least. There is. Has Iono as well, but Iono doesn't guarantee anything. Looks like it was considering Turo. You could just... Oh no, Cyrano. Does go for the Cyrano. You could always just hide this Zoroark on the bench for a turn. You don't actually have to attack with it this turn. If you just like... I think that's what we're going to see Piper do here as well, I think. It's going to be Petch to push up Yveltal pass or attach to like the other Zoroark or something. And then you just have a Zoroark on the bench with a ton of damage on it. Now, if Alexis has Boss here, though, we can KO it. But I think that's going to be what Piper's going to be betting against, probably. We'll go into a powerful rage eventually is the plan. There we go. Yveltal gets pushed. And then attach return to a different Zoroark. And then pass. All right, over Alexis. Alexis does have the Boss, though. Alexis can boss KO this damaged Zoroark now. So this is gone. It didn't start as good as it could have gone for Alexis. We need to start with some errand running here. Dude, you're not playing Arvin here. Put that back. You can attach Mist to Ogerpon, though. That's fine. All right. Dude, I was getting nervous. Dude, stop. Stop putting Arvin in the front of the hand. Thank goodness. Put the boss back. There's no question. This is not a question. Although, actually, is it ever a question? I guess you could just KO the active here and then Ogerpon KOs the damaged Zoroark. No, it's not a question. Our Kangaskhan could live. It's not a question. I take it back. Boss that thing. No! No, KO the Zoroark! No, this is not a question. That's never the player. Wait, hold on. Maybe I don't hate this. Hold up. Maybe I don't hate this. We did forget to big errand running. Or errand run. We didn't errand run. Obviously, we should have errand ran. Hold up. But... Now if Piper goes Zoroark, KO, Kangaskhan. Wait, no, never mind. No, okay, hold up. There maybe is a play here. Piper goes Zoroark, KO, Kangaskhan. Alexis goes Cornerstone, KO, Zoroark. Piper goes set up Okidogi. And then Alexis goes Ursaluna, KO, Okidogi. Right? So the plays are there. But if we just KO the Zoroark here with Kangaskhan, we get another turn with our Kangaskhan, which I feel like gives us more win conditions, right? Doesn't Alexis just have more win conditions if he just KO's the only thing that can KO your Kangaskhan, right? We can Petch kill Okidogi at the end of the sequence. Yeah, that also works actually as well. Yeah, that also works. So Ursaluna or Petch can do it here for Alexis. But also, if we potentially keep Kangaskhan around for +1 turn, that's also pretty good, right? I feel like still, even with that in mind, though, I feel like the better play here from Alexis is literally just remove the threat that can KO our Kangaskhan. Because at that point, if our Kangaskhan just gets punched by a Zoroark and we get 2 heads, we like can't lose, right? I don't know. He's overcooking. Oki always dies to Ursa anyways late game because of poison. Just KO Zoro. Well, the thing here for Piper would be, can Piper... You KO the Zoroark... I guess the Petch is still on the bench, right? Like, Piper would have to Turo the Petch next turn to, like, remove that. All right. Well, the Outrage play is coming to KO the Kangaskhan and an Iono to go with it with no draw power on board for Alexis. So Alexis could just whiff the return KO on the Zoroark on this next turn, possibly. Yeah, there is like a line there from Alexis, but I feel like the better play is probably for Alexis to just... the better play for Alexis is probably just to KO the Zoroark, right? I did not see an Arven in the hand here for Alexis. I don't see a Fighting Energy either. So Alexis is hoping to draw into the Fighting Energy here off of a Lily. Has some other things that could be benched there. It looks like a Latias and an Absol. Decides to keep both in the hand. Just into Lily. Shuffle draw. 6. We're hoping for the Fighting Energy. That'll get us to this return knockout on the Zoroark. Then Piper has to start to develop the Okidogi as an answer to the Ogerpon here. I guess actually, that's not even true. Piper has 3 prize cards left and already has a Zoroark on the bench with Emoji. Piper can just go KO Petch, Boss KO Petch into Boss KO Yveltal or Monkey Dory and win. Piper doesn't even need to set up Okidogi to win this game at this point. And we'll have like infinite time here if Alexis can't find a Fighting Energy. And there's no Fighting Energy found. This is about as bad as it gets here for sure. Ursaluna misses KO on Okidogi unless there's damage from Monkey. Well, no, it'll be poisoned because the Okidogi's attack requires it to be poisoned. So that'll make up the damage there. So now Piper doesn't even need the Mochi'd Zoroark. With this Zoroark surviving, all Piper needs here is back-to-back boss to win the game now. Doesn't need to like get Petch Mochi combo going. Just boss wins the game here. Boss Outrage KO Petch into boss KO. One of the other ones does get the Okidogi here though. That does, like, even developing the Okidogi this turn still makes sense, though. We'll see if Piper has a boss. If Piper doesn't have a boss, just Air Balloon Retreat to Yveltal could also just be fine, right? Just to wait. Looks like no boss. Okidogi's getting ready to go. And does end up actually Turoing the Zoroark out of play. Okay. So just going to hide. Still basically the same thing. Or actually he's going to go to the Okidogi here. But this also works. And then whatever the attack name is. Poison is Muscularity. The Okidogi is set up, ready to go. Piper's on 3 prize cards. Alexis could Ursaluna KO the Okidogi with an attach and an E-switch, though. There's the Arven. Does Alexis have it? Attach E-switch here is pretty good. Yeah, that seems okay. I'm trying to think of how that could be terrible. The Mochi's been put into play. Well, it doesn't matter anyways, I guess, because you can't poison your own Petch. Piper didn't need to put the Okidogi in the active. This might be a mistake from Piper. Piper could have just left Yveltal in the active and passed, right? Counter gain, E-switch. Oh, counter gain, E-switch works. Yeah, true. I didn't think about the counter gain. Counter gain is also active here. Looks like E-switch and... Wait, if Kangaskhan... No, never mind. I did the math so wrong in my head. Don't worry about me. Why the reversal energy? Piper plays a Darmanitan line. I don't know if it's 2-1 or 1-1. Vessel E-switch works. I mean, there's a couple different ways there for Alexis to get there. I think you just attack, right? As Alexis here. But ended up grabbing the Turbo Energize. Wait, so Alexis had the play, but is not going for the play. I feel like Alexis needs to draw a prize card here, right? Appreciate 11 months there, Dos Madres. Also appreciate 33 months there, Ollie. Appreciate the 6 months there, Green Peppers. Into the Yveltal. And then it's just going with the Turbo Energize play. And I guess it's just hoping that Piper does not have a Gust. I feel like Ursaluna KO Okie Dokie is so good there. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Ursaluna KO Okie... Like, Piper just cycled the whole deck last turn. Didn't find a boss. Otherwise, we probably would have seen just boss knockout. But Piper has such a high chance of having boss this turn. Like, this play does not seem like the move here from Alexis. I don't like this play at all. I think there's such a high chance that Piper has boss here now. Third Zoroark coming down. I don't think has found boss yet, actually. It could whiff. Wait, maybe not? Maybe he's thinking about Iono instead? Oh, wait, but Piper has 3 prize cards. KO and Yveltal is just fine. Dude, what the heck? Piper KO and the Yveltal is actually just fine here. Piper has 3 prize cards. Taking a 1 prize knockout is fine. Oh, also has the boss. Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. All right. At first, I was like, okay, the 1 prize knockout from Alexis is like that gives Alexis a turn, but it doesn't even give Alexis a turn. Because if Piper just KOs... Actually, honestly, it could have theoretically actually maybe been a better play for Piper to KO the Yveltal there to save the boss. So you have a guaranteed Gust, more Gust options on the next turn. But this like also seems pretty good. I think Piper had a third trade there, and I think chose not to use trade just in case Piper gets Iono'd. I think Piper knows there's a boss left in the deck. So now Piper's guaranteed boss no matter what. Either Alexis doesn't Iono and Piper can find boss, or... But even... I guess you do need boss to get around the Ursaluna, right? Or Alexis does Iono, and then Piper has access to the third boss. Because I'm pretty sure Piper didn't use the third trade there. All right, Alexis is giving it some thought in terms of the supporter. Is going for Lily. And yeah, this one should be over at this point then, I think. It's going to retreat to the Ursaluna, take the knockout, but I'm pretty sure Piper's guaranteed a boss on the next turn. And with a Zoroark setup, can just go boss KO the Monkey Dory off the bench to close it out. And even if the Monkey Dory wasn't there, has the Mochi on the Zoroark, so could have recovered the Petron EX and then poisoned it and then been all good. Can't even Ursaluna KO. Oh, true. We need to get Watchtower first. My bad. Okay. Alexis also needs to find an out to Watchtower, to be honest. My bad. Find an out to Watchtower. But yeah, you are right. Did find an E-switch, but you can't afford... I mean, you could KO with Petron, I guess. Alexis can KO with Petron here, I guess. That does work. Did find E-switch. That works. The Petch does die to Piper finding Petron, though. So you prefer to attack with Ursaluna, but you don't have that choice here. There's the energy switch, and it can come off of the Ursaluna here. Piper's at 1 prize card, so the Ursaluna can attack for free. And yeah, Petch for the KO. Night Switcher, Petch EX. Petch EX up the Zoroark, and with the poison, with it now being poisoned, Mochi does enough damage to get the KO. Quick 2-0 there. Or pretty quick. I mean, it's only a quick 2-0, honestly, because Piper is playing so fast. It felt like a quick 2-0 because Piper was playing so quickly. But also Piper was like in a commanding situation both games, it felt like, for sure. Yeah, the Okie Dokie makes that matchup a lot harder. You want to be able to just win through your cornerstones with the Okie Dokie. Pretty good answer to the cornerstones for sure.